Hello, everyone. Before being beaten and robbed on Wednesday, gospel veteran Marvin Winans had a brief conversation with one of his attackers about music. The Detroit Free Press reports that a young man came up to him, engaged him in conversation about the music he had on the radio, and then informed him that gas was leaking from his tank. Winans turned to look, but a punch from behind came just seconds later. He was kicked and punched on the pavement by 3 or 4 men. According to Detroit Free Press, Detroit Police Inspector Nick Kiriakou, someone said roll him over, and they got his wallet. Officials believe that the men followed Winans to his vehicle because he had entered the convenience store at the gas station before returning to his vehicle. At the time, the station had up to 10 men between the ages of 18 and 20. Winans left the scene with only minor injuries, but he did lose his 2012 Infiniti QX 56 SUV, a $15,000 Rolex, and a $200 wallet. Most people know Marvin L. Winans for his work in gospel music. In February, he also officiated at the funeral of the late entertainer Whitney Houston. The shocking assault on gospel singer and pastor Marvin Winans has a lot of people wondering why it happened. When one considers that the attackers were having a musical conversation with their victim prior to violently carjacking him, this incident becomes even more troubling. It's unthinkable, and no one should ever be subjected to such violence while having a conversation that seems to be going well. In this article, we will investigate the circumstances surrounding these men's vicious behavior toward Mr. Winans and delve deeper into the story. Mr. Winans was pumping gas at a Detroit gas station on April 1st when he encountered 2 unidentified assailants. Witnesses claim that the Grammy-winning artist was conversing with the men about music shortly before they pulled out their weapons and demanded his wallet and car keys. Mr. Winans was punched multiple times by the attackers during the altercation, resulting in a broken nose and other injuries despite doing everything they asked. There are theories about who may have been responsible for this heinous crime against Marvin Winans, but none of these theories have been confirmed as of yet. The police have not yet identified or apprehended any suspects in connection with this case. It will be interesting to see if investigators can find out more about the people who attacked Mr. Winans and how they managed to catch him off guard despite engaging in friendly banter before attacking him as more details about the incident come to light. Background of the incident on May 18, 2017, in Detroit, Michigan. Marvin Winans was involved in an incident. Before they carjacked the gospel singer, the 2 attackers had a musical conversation with him. It was reported that this crime occurred around 8:30 a.m. near 7 Mile Road and Larsa Avenue. Winans was approached by 2 men who asked if he wanted to hear some music, according to police accounts of the incident. He said yes, and one of them started singing for him. Winans realized, after about 5 minutes of listening, that this wasn't just friendly banter. Rather, it was an intimidation strategy meant to keep him from committing a robbery. The attackers then drove off with his wallet and keys from inside his truck. The truck that Winans was driving was eventually found, but not until several days after the initial attack. In light of this incident, authorities are now urging citizens to pay attention to their surroundings whenever they are out in public to prevent future incidents of a similar nature. Marvin Winans' assault was a terrifying experience that made him feel violated and scared. It all started when 2 of the attackers came up to him and asked if he wanted to listen to music. This was part of their strategy to distract the unsuspecting gospel singer as they prepared for their attempt at carjacking. After that, the attackers took his wallet and keys from inside his truck and drove off with them. Fortunately, the vehicle was recovered by authorities a few days later, but the incident still left an impression on the victim. This incident serves as a reminder to remain vigilant when out in public, particularly at night or in unfamiliar locations. In addition, people ought to be aware of any suspicious individuals in their immediate surroundings who might be looking for potential targets. Despite the fact that no one anticipates such traumatic events, knowing how criminals think could help us be more cautious about our surroundings and prevent sitting in our cars or walking down the street, taking these precautions can increase our safety. Conclusion. The attack on Marvin Winans is a vivid illustration of the significance of remaining aware of our surroundings. It also serves as an illustration of the outcomes that can occur when we disregard fundamental safety measures. We must always keep in mind that even in seemingly safe places, danger could be around the corner. It is especially disheartening to consider that the attackers were engaging in friendly musical banter with their victim prior to committing such a violent act. This just goes to show that no matter what the circumstance is, no one should ever relax their guard. We should hope that stories like these will inspire people to always be on the lookout for danger, so that we can work toward making the world safer for everyone. Contact your local authorities right away if you feel threatened or observe anything suspicious. Your life may depend on it. I appreciate your time.